Rio de Janeiro, and you think of stunning beaches, bustling avenues, gorgeous bodies, and incredible music. It is all of this. An intoxicating city inhabited by warm, sensual people. But Rio today reveals itself to be much more. In numerous arenas, from fashion to food to fine arts, Rio has reinvented itself. The unique lifestyle and energy of its citizens, known as Cariocas, has led to a revival of Rio as a hotbed of style and ingenuity. It is one of the world's up-and-coming centers of creative entrepreneurship. Resourceful, talented Cariocas are inspired by their city and are reigniting their culture along the way. Seeing Rio through the eyes of some of today's most creative, trend-setting Cariocas is to go beyond your expectations. This is Ultra Eye Rio. The people of Rio de Janeiro are called Cariocas. And Cariocas live on, around, and for the beach. Fashion designer Fred Dorey knows this very well.
Rio de Janeiro has something that is like a hook. That's something that it's really important that can brand the city. It's the beach. It's a lifestyle that goes around and circles the sand and the beach.
Fred Dorey is having an enormous impact on Carioca lifestyle by changing the way Rio's residents dress. His totem beach clothing designs bring the beach to every corner of the city and to every aspect of its people's lives.
Everything happens on the beach. You meet your friends, you meet your girlfriend. On the beach, you get together to see what's going to happen in the night, the parties that are going to happen. Everything happens on the beach in Ipanema. It's just like nowhere else in the world. I think if you go to other cities, you have like, okay, the beach is like a program. Here's like it's the center, it's the heart of the city, is the beach. You get old on the beach. You see your grandkids on the beach, and they grow up on the beach. It's just part of what we are, Rio.
Totem Beach has emerged as a wearable expression of Rio's lifestyle. The innovation had its beginning in Rio's quintessential pastime.
I started surfing when I was 7, 8 years old, and it became my life. I was totally hypnotized the sport and the lifestyle. The minute I got involved in what was going on in the sand and in the action in the water, I understood that this was what I really wanted to do with my life.
Ultimately becoming a champion surfer was the easy part for Fred. Rio gets an average of 300 days of sunshine a year. Cariocas celebrate nature's gift by leading physically active lives. All of this has led to a cultural quest for the perfect body. They engage in and even invent an endless variety of ways to stay fit. Watching Rio play inspired Fred's transition from surfer to innovator.
I was sitting on the beach under an umbrella, sun umbrella, and I looked around and I just thought that it was so awful that people were kind of dressed for a funeral. People were wearing black, they were wearing, dark blue. And then I said, I have to do something about it. And I thought about it, and then I said, I want to put some color on the beach. I want to show them that it's important for them to translate this happiness of being able to live on the beach in this wonderful place, and show them in a form of fashion, in form of clothes, in form of prints and colors. And then I started introducing this trend in Brazil to make them look as happy as they are.
Totem's clothes and accessories epitomize the relaxed but fashion-conscious way that Cariocas live, and Dorey often uses ordinary people as models. Rio is, after all, quite different than most major cities in the world.
Here in Rio de Janeiro, people, they leave the beach and they go to the bank, they go to school, they go to university, they go for dinner. It's okay for you to leave the beach and go to the bank wearing a tight short and a little top. Nobody's gonna look at you, oh, she's so sexy, or what is she doing? She's provoking something. No, it's just part of the lifestyle. People do that. It's really part of what the city permits to happen. When I go to work, and when I come back from work, I pass in front of the beach. And this is so inspiring for me, really. Even though Paris or Milan or New York, they have their colors or their formulas, I know that here it works differently, because we have a different culture, we have a different environment, and it's impossible that we are to be influenced by them. It's more the other way around, really. We are the ones who live our lives on the beach, and since we were young, and we understand perfectly how it works.
In Rio, some surf the waves. Others prefer the clouds. Hang gliding over Rio is an unforgettable way to take in the city's spectacular landscape. Jumping off the top of the granite mountain called Pedra Bonita, 1,500 feet above São Conrado Beach, is a nerve-tingling, one-time experience for some. For others, taking that leap becomes a lifelong passion. For these more adventurous Cariocas, it's the perfect way to see their town and the ultimate form of play.
I can guarantee, once you take off, you have fun.
As a sprinter, Robson Caetano competed for Brazil in 4 Olympics and medaled twice. Today, he's a devoted and expert hang glider. And with a place like this to defy the laws of gravity, Why would anyone want to land?
Yeah, you had to think about how beautiful it is to fly above Rio de Janeiro, see the beach, you know, see that beautiful women, you know, on the beach, you know, beautiful people around the beach, and thank God, you know, just to have this kind of life, you know, this is a wonderful life.
Forward thinking isn't new to this city, as demonstrated by the original trendsetter in luxury hotels. The idea was Paris in the tropics. Incredibly, a major rebuilding of Rio 100 years ago virtually ignored the beach. For the city's leaders, the beach was irrelevant to their ambitions. They erected their major new buildings facing away from the sea. The creation of modern Rio and the history of its most famous hotel, the Copacabana Palace, are inextricably linked. Without the vision of the hotel's founders, we might not be visiting the city at all today. Reaching the beach from the city center had been quite arduous until a tunnel was built to Copacabana at the turn of the century. Finally, people of all means began to flock there. The beach became Rio's epicenter.